On the left are my legs when I first started training. On the right are my legs now. First of all, let's address the elephant in the room. What was I thinking with my haircut? I mean, it's definitely improved now, I can't lie. Now, as you can see, my legs haven't always been as well developed as they are now. In fact, they were terrible, but to be honest, now I'd say they're probably my most well-developed muscle group. Now, of course, I was in my mid-teens when that first video was taken, and over my years and years of training, I've 100% made a few mistakes along the way. And in this video, I want to tell you guys the mistakes I made so that you can avoid them. And at the same time, get absolutely ginormous teardrop quads and a beautiful peachy butt. There's 3 major mistakes that I made when I first started training my legs, with the last one being the absolute most important. I'm going to get straight into number 1. First things first, failing to work on my flexibility. To get the most out of a movement, you need to make sure you are completing a full range of motion. This is basically how far your legs travel when performing a leg exercise. A full range of motion will mean you get more stretch and more angles, meaning you get more out of your leg training. You'll get better activation on the working muscles, leading to increased growth in these muscles. You have to make sure you're working on your flexibility. I have a full 10-minute stretching routine I do at the start of every leg day and at the end of every leg day, and I'm going to make a video on this in the future. So make sure to hit subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss out on that one. Mistake number 2. Focusing too much on my quads. I was neglecting the other major parts of my legs, the hamstrings and the glutes. And because of this, my quads grew a huge amount, but the other parts of my legs definitely didn't. And because of this, it meant the movements that involve all of these muscles, so the quads, glutes, and hamstrings, such as squats, such as Bulgarian split squats, I didn't progress with these movements at all, and this staggered my overall leg growth. As you would have seen in my last video, which I'm going to link below here, my favourite movements when it comes to growing my glutes in particular are probably the squats and Bulgarian split squats, along with obviously the other 2 movements in that video. And these movements involve all 3 of these muscle groups pretty majorly. And if you want to progress the absolute most on these movements, you need to be training these muscle groups evenly. Now, mistake number 3, and without a doubt, the worst mistake I made, not focusing on recovery. Because I wanted my legs to grow so bad, I used to train them 3 times per week and play rugby twice per week, which gave me no room for recovery at all. Now, you cannot grow without rest and recovery, and there are 2 main reasons for this. First of all, to actually grow the muscle. Your muscle will struggle to actually grow if you don't rest. The muscles repair and therefore grow when you are resting. And secondly, so then when you do next train your legs, you can give your absolute maximum. Not getting sufficient rest will mean you don't recover, and therefore you won't progress on lifts as frequently. As I said, I used to train my legs 3 times per week and play rugby twice a week as well. And now I only train my legs twice per week and play football once. Another factor of recovery is what you're actually putting inside of your body. Getting a sufficient amount of protein is genuinely essential for recovery and building muscle. You should aim for 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So therefore with me, at the moment I'm weighing 185 pounds. Therefore I want to be getting at least 185 grams of protein per day. Rest and recovery is genuinely essential. So now you're all set. There are obviously a few more mistakes I would have made when it comes to training my legs. And if I think of these and I want to make a future video on this, I 100% will do. But for me, these are probably the 3 main factors that limited my leg growth in my early stages of lifting. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit subscribe, give the video a like, and make sure to turn on that notification bell so you don't miss my next video. Have a top rest of your day. Big love. H.